First of all, thank you all for coming to this wonderful day in this wonderful place. Welcome to a great lawn, a great backyard for everybody, a place to kick, throw, run, and play, a connector of neighborhoods, Frenchtown, Lowertown, Fountain Avenue, and all of Paducah. Neighbors can walk, plant, and grow, a meeting place for friends to work out, garden, listen, and play. I'd like to thank the visionaries and partners, all the city staff, starting off with the visionary, Steve Irvin, and in the planning department, and his help with, and his staff, Cheryl Chino, Rick Murphy in engineering, and we're all guided by our city manager, Jeff Peterson. I have a great Parks and Recreation staff who are going to be maintaining this facility for years and years to come. And this is a great day. I'd also like to recognize our partners who have given time and money to this facility and this project. The Foundation for a Healthy Kentucky, the Commonwealth of Kentucky, the National Park Service, Rotary Club of Paducah, Baptist Health, Paducah, Lourdes Hospital, the Purchase District Health Department, and the United Way of Paducah and McCracken County. And I'd like to take this moment to thank each and every one of you. There's so many hands that have helped lift this boat that some of you might get left out in a mention today, but let me take this as a general that all of you are thanked for being here and thanked for helping with this project. And without further ado, I'd like to introduce the mayor of Paducah, BRANDI HARLESS.
I'm going to ask if everyone will stand if you can, and we're going to say the Pledge of Allegiance before we get started. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you very much. Well, good morning. This is a very exciting day, as Mark mentioned, and we have a very exciting special announcement to make to you later on in this presentation. And it's going to be so exciting that I don't know if you're going to be able to stand it when you leave here, because it might just put a nice little bow tie on the end of this project. And this project truly has been a collaboration. When we look at our community and we ask ourselves, how do we do bigger and better things that are greater than the sum of all of us? This is an example of that, because so many partners have come together to make this happen. I am so thankful to have been a tiny little part of this big pie before I ever even dreamed of running for mayor, by working with Mike Muscarella and Monique Zuber from United Way, and also Cheryl Chino, on building a coalition of partners that were willing to think big for our community. And because of that, the Foundation for Healthy Kentucky came to the table and said, hey, we like what you're up to. We're going to go all in with you also. And along the way, more partners and more partners. And I want to ask you really quick, to show of hands, if you participated in the Rotary Playground, raise your hand. If you were one of those people who got out here on a hot summer day, a lot of people in our community were out here on a hot summer day for a whole week. I see John Williams towering over there. He was the leader of the pack. And we built that playground together. To me, that is one of the best physical signs you could ever ask for a community coming together and demonstrating their care for a place like this. The thing that I'm most excited about for this park right here is that it does sit smack dab in the middle of two neighborhoods that don't look exactly alike, that don't live their lives exactly alike. But what's going to happen on this piece of property, because we are bringing those neighborhoods together, I think is an indication of the future of our city in general. So I, as the new mayor of this city, am so thankful that we have pulled together our resources and said, hey, let's do something bigger than we are. And having said that, I would like to bring up several of our partners who have helped make this happen across the state. And oftentimes, I like to imagine that we're all standing over here in Paducah with our arms raised high towards Frankfort saying, we're over here too. And I know they all care about us also. but we fight for ourselves, and that is something that is not to be undersold. But because we do that, and because we have partners at the state who are willing to come over and join us in our big dreams, I want to say thank you to you as well. And one of those women is Commissioner DUNAHOO from the Department of Local Government. And if you don't mind coming up and saying a few words, I'd love that. Thanks.
It's a pleasure to be here with you today in Paducah. We work in the office in Frankfort, and we think about how often we'd like to come this way, and it seems that it doesn't happen frequently enough. So we're happy to get to take advantage of the opportunity to be here today, and I'm especially happy to share this day with the mayor and my good friend from Delta Leadership Institute. And so we're very proud of her and the accomplishments, and expect great things from BRANDI as she moves forward. Today we come here to celebrate something that's going to be permanent for this community, something that's going to be good for everyone in this community. And while the Department for Local Government only has a very small amount of money in this project, we're proud of what we were able to invest. We have $68,095 from our Federal Recreational Trails Program, and we also have $75,000 from our Land and Water Conservation Fund, again, federal program. And we'd like to thank Congressman Chandler, who's here today, for his leadership when he was in Washington, ensuring the continuation of the funding of these programs, and he certainly understands them quite well. And we'd especially like to thank him for what he's been able to go forward and do now, and what he's here to do for you today. So while we only have a tiny amount of money in this program from the Department of Local Government, what this investment of federal dollars will do will ensure that this park will stay forever, into eternity, into perpetuity, as a park for the people of Paducah. No one can come along later and decide to do something else with this property. It will always have to be maintained as a park, so it will forever be of good for those who enjoy outdoor recreational opportunities. And long into the future, our children and our grandchildren and those who follow on will have the opportunity to enjoy the features that we see being installed here today. As we come here today, we drove around town. I have my staff with me. We were excited about what we saw. We were excited about the enthusiasm of the community. We're excited to see what you're doing here. I have with me Andrew Schochner, who's our Chief of Staff at the Department for Local Government. I have with me Vernon Brown, who is our Federal Grants Director. There's Vernon. And we have with us Rebecca Rittenhouse. She's a field representative for the governor. She is here frequently. Get to know her face, and as you work on projects and you have wonderful ideas, make sure that you involve her or let her know what's on your mind, so that if we can be of further assistance to you in your implementation, we will know about it and have every opportunity to do so. And again, thank you for being so warm and welcoming to us, and we look forward to see your additional phases of this project. Thank you.
You get 2 mentions, Ben. Yeah, this is impressive. You're going to steal the show. So I want to introduce to you the new Executive Director of the Foundation for a Healthy Kentucky, our partner, Ben Chandler.
Thank you very much, Mayor. Nice to see a community with such an energetic mayor. I don't guess anybody's ever told you had a little energy. And Sandy, thank you for those nice words. I appreciate it very much. It is an absolute pleasure for us to be a part of this success story here in Paducah. I'll talk about that in a minute in a little more detail, but first I want to tell you a little bit about the Foundation for a Healthy Kentucky, which you all may not know a whole lot about. This was an organization that was formed 15 years ago as a result of a settlement with Anthem Insurance Company. We got $45 million in that settlement, created this foundation, and the foundation's sole purpose is to promote the health of the people of this Commonwealth. And you all may or may not know this, but we don't do very well in Kentucky on health indicators. We've got to do better, and the foundation is going to try to get us to do better in the area of health because we take the position that there isn't anything more important than your health. We just believe that to be the case. In that effort, this foundation looked for ways to impact health in a larger way. And a few years ago, my predecessor, Susan Zepeda, and the board of this foundation launched a program. It was called Investing in Kentucky's Future. And the idea behind that program was to look for ways to get young people, to get our children to be healthier. We're looking at the future of Kentucky. We have problems with children's health in this state. Let's see what we could do to improve children's health. So we put out a grant program where different communities around the state had the opportunity to apply and receive a grant to try to get their young people to try to focus on one particular health issue that affected children's health to get their young people to be healthier. Paducah won one of those grants. And the whole idea was that a coalition would get together. They would work on policies that the community could be involved in which would promote health. And Paducah's effort centered around child obesity. And of course the idea was to get people moving a little bit more. And other issues, other policies came out of this and are going to continue to come out of this through the efforts of the coalition that will affect child health in a major way. It's going to be great for everybody, and it also shows what communities can do and coalitions can do when they work together. But the foundation has been particularly pleased to be able to contribute this money to getting this project going. And as much as everybody's worked on the playground, and as important as that is one piece of a bigger effort here in Paducah to get our people and particularly our children to live healthier, longer, more productive lives. That's what we're all about. I'm very excited about what you all have done. I can't think of any community in this entire Commonwealth that has done anything as exciting as what you've done on this project. It's really, really great, and we're tremendously proud to be a part of it. Thank you so very much.
I will say that I have missed out on two groups that do need to be recognized. First, a wonderful job as our contractor to Brad Wilkins and Wilkins Construction. Thank you, Brad. And Charlie Snyder is here representing our design team of Brandstetter and Carroll. Charlie? He's back there in the back. Thank you all very much.
I do want to take a moment before I make this special announcement, to thank our elected officials who are here. I see Commissioner Bartleman, Commissioner Wilson. Are there some more that want to raise their hand hiding in the back? Oh, Senator Carroll is here as well. Thank you for being here, Senator Carroll. Anyone else in here? In the room? All right. Okay, so are you ready for this? Do I have a drum roll? All right, this is really exciting. So, when we think about this project and you look around this property, I want you to know that you don't see the finished product, because the genius of our planning department and our parks department and our public works department said, hey, let's get this ball rolling, let's put this thing in phases, let's at least get something happening on this property. But the vision is bigger than what you see right now with your eyes. And it's so much bigger that the price tag is also quite large. And so we have had a very, very, very generous donor in our community call Mark Thompson a couple of months ago and ask him, what will it take to finish the project? That was the question. And Pat Brockenborough stepped up and said, I'm going to give you $500,000 to finish this project. I am still in awe. And from the bottom of my heart and from the bottom of everyone's heart in this entire event, thank you for your generosity. You deserve so much. You are now our largest donor on this project. And for you to see how much impact that this could have means a whole lot to us. And thank you, Bruce, as well, for supporting your mom in making this designation of her funds. So because of that, we have a really exciting sign to unveil today. And this will become, we need some help. I don't think I can reach it.
Just start.
This will become
Bruce, just start down here and tear this in.
the, can I say it yet?
Hold on.
Oh,
Go.
the Pat and Jim Brockenborough and Rotary Health Park. How exciting. Thank you. And I would, after, if you don't mind, Mark, would you share a little bit about what's going to happen with this next round
certainly.
of funding?
Okay.
Oh yeah, you're too tall for that. This is.
I can do this. Actually, this park we're about halfway there. This will entail, with this donation, we will do the spray ground and the restrooms that go along with it. That's just a terrific portion of it. Eventually in the future, there will be a challenge course that will attach to the adult fitness area, and then a plaza area that we will be using for outdoor performances, midweek farmers markets, and food trucks and the sort, or people can gather with their churches and civic groups to have a great picnic here. So that's kind of the philosophy for this. We're always going to have the great lawn in the middle, so everybody can get out and play and run and get good exercise. So that will always be there. So it'll be a perimeter area for each one of those pieces into the fit on the plan. So that's where we're going, Mayor. My staff is going to be setting up some ribbons over here, a ribbon, and we're going to have a ribbon cutting. The partners gather around right there at the bike rack, and we will do a ribbon cutting ceremony.
I don't know. They will actually cut.